No, we have to do the...
Yeah.
This is real!
This
is me! Yeah.
Welcome back to Reeled In. I'm Usman.
I'm Sam.
I'm Alex.
I'm Avery.
This is the podcast where three film buffs attempt to reel their friend into their world of cinema while she tries to do the same. The friend in question is Avery.
Why are we whispering?
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be
You got
really
the intro down though.
professional
Like
about
this
this.
is
Got
like we're
the
not
intro,
Except
yeah.
you didn't sing the song. That's kind of fun.
Well,
You should sing the intro.
Demi
You should,
Lovato's
like...
gonna listen to this and be like,
Who?
that's... Demi Lovato's gonna be like,
Oh,
that's...
okay.
Who?
I'm sorry, no,
Who's
yeah.
Demi Lovato?
Do you-
Never
Avery,
heard of her in my
Sam,
life.
you're really like adamant about this whole song. Do you want to
No.
sing the song?
Yeah,
No.
Sam.
Why don't you give us like a
Sing the
5-second
song,
like
Sam.
snippet? Yeah, let's go.
This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now.
Hell yeah.
That's what you
That's
get.
amazing.
That was
Okay.
beautiful.
Well,
Yeah, can you guys tell him, like, you know, sing?
I thought you were Demi for a second.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
crazy.
Wait,
Yeah.
where's Sam? Okay,
So
well,
it's actually a
if-
Swan, Demi, Alex, and Avery
Yeah.
today.
If you
So-
can't tell from
That is the hit song from the movie High and Low,
that.
which is the first movie we'll be talking
Yeah,
about.
no, so
Yeah.
this week we will be talking about High and Low and Camp Rock. High and Low was recommended by Alex to Avery,
Yeah.
and Camp Rock was recommended in return.
Imagine
Well, okay.
Alex recommended Camp Rock.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, okay, let's get into High and Low.
I was not the only person who watched it for the first time.
This
though.
is true.
No,
So
yeah.
Sam and I also watched this film for the first time. But
Mhm.
let's start with like Avery, like your expectations,
Yeah,
and
It's
then we'll get
always-
into
Okay.
our whole thing.
Let me
So
pull up my
I did
notes.
tell you it was a black and white Japanese film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think you were too thrilled about that.
Hey, man.
No, hold on. What did you think? Like, were you like immediately like put off by it?
I'm
Like,
put off. I don't. I expect stuff like that from you guys, so I've
Okay.
gotten used to it at this point.
yeah.
I'm neutral about it. I was told that I wouldn't like it, so I immediately thought
Who told you
that you did.
I did.
Usman.
I felt
Okay.
like, well, one, I didn't think she would actually watch the movie.
That's the
I
point of the
kinda have
podcast.
to.
I
She's
know, but
supposed
like
to.
it's just like this 2-hour plus like Japanese black and white
It was
film.
Yeah.
really long, dude. Like,
It's not
That's
that
not a
long.
good start. Okay, it's fine.
anyways, I was told I wouldn't like it, so I kind of thought it would be Lynch-esque.
Setting the bar low.
She says that every time she thinks she's not gonna like a
Metaphorical,
movie. She calls it
artsy.
Lynch.
Here we go.
Hard plot
I'm
to
sorry. No,
follow.
like you can't just start off by saying, "Oh, I thought it would be artsy and metaphorical." The fuck does that mean?
Derogatory.
Why?
Derogatory. Yeah.
But, like, that's what I thought. I'm saying my
Okay,
notes. I'm
fine,
saying
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no wrong opinion on this podcast, Usman.
Sure.
There's a lot of
Um,
wrong opinions on this
No.
podcast.
We accept all opinions. That's really all I had wrote. I wrote, I don't know, maybe about like mental health and high and lows
Okay.
or something like that.
Okay, that's
That's
something.
all.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah,
wrote.
sure.
Okay. Well. I guess we'll.
I feel like you guys
Sure,
should
well,
start
Sam-
because you guys have a lot more to talk about than
Sam,
I
what
do.
were your expectations going into?
Oh,
my,
yeah.
Well, like, I've seen a couple of Kurosawa's, like, films,
Mm-hmm.
so I had, like, kind of a general idea of, like, his style and stuff. But honestly, like, I knew nothing about the film. I just knew that it was very highly praised, and that's with most of Kurosawa's work. And I was very excited to watch it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was going in basically completely blind, other than I knew that it was.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
something.
I only read like the plot of the film like 2 minutes before
Yeah,
actually watching
exactly.
the film, and so I didn't know what it was about. And I mean, I've seen a bunch of Kurosawa films, love the guy, and this film I've been meaning to watch this for like 7 years now, I think.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad I finally got around to it. And like this is one of like the most highest, like
Yeah.
one of the highest rated films of all
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
And so I had a feel. I went into it wanting to like it,
Yeah.
and so that was my
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
Nice.
Avery, okay, do you want to give us a little rundown of, you know, the plot?
Yeah, describe
Okay,
the plot of High
okay,
and Low.
okay. So there's like this guy. I don't know any of their names.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Me neither, yeah.
There's
Mr. Gondo is like the
Gondo's
main
the
Mr.
main
guy.
guy.
Gondo. He's like part of this shoe company. He's like one of the power people, and there's like his son. Okay, they're like in this house,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's Mr. Gondo, and then there's like his servant, his like chauffeur. I don't really know.
chauffeur.
His chauffeur,
Okay,
yeah.
and their sons are playing, and then one of them gets kidnapped, or not Mr. Gondo. they think Mr. Gondo's son gets kidnapped, but he doesn't. It's the other son. So then the whole movie is about them trying to get the son back and then tracking down the person who did it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, yeah.
See, I watched the
movie,
movie,
a
guys.
guy kidnaps who he thinks is his son as ransom, but he accidentally kidnaps his chauffeur's son.
Yep.
And when Mr. Gondo thinks it's his son that's kidnapped, he's like, we have to do everything we can, like, take out all the money the guy wants.
He doesn't even think twice about giving the money.
Just immediately launches into, like, how do we get the money? How do we, like, go about this process? And then he finds out it's his chauffeur's son, and he's like, oh, okay.
No, but the thing is, he's still... We'll get into this, but he's still, like, empathetic. He's like, huh.
Yeah, he's empathetic
but he
to a
has, like, a
degree.
Second thought. And he was like, huh, wait, this is gonna ruin my life.
He's pretty much immediately, like, you know, just not really attempting to help, I think.
It wasn't like...
he's empathetic.
He ended up giving the money in the end.
Right, but after a lot of deliberation. I will agree.
I don't think he was like, oh, I don't care anymore.
I don't think he
No,
didn't
he
care.
cares, but he wasn't going to actually, like, use his money. Because if he does, like, it's gonna destroy, like, the whole, like, business takeover.
Sure,
it's a lot. Like, he had, like... Well, he was saying, like, oh, it's going to destroy my whole life. Like, I can't do it.
He'll do it for his son, but
not for someone else's. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we'll get into that further. But okay, Avery, do you have any notes or anything?
I have not that much to say about this movie. That's
wow. I have a lot to say about this film.
Okay, well, good, because I won't be saying much.
A decent amount.
I'm very neutral about it. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't love it. The plot was fine. The acting was fine.
This is Avery describing High and Low by Akira Kurosawa.
This is literally point, like, what I wrote. The only time where I was like, okay, this I think you'll both be happy with, or you'll all be happy with. So I don't really look at technical aspects when it comes to movies. Mm-hmm. However, there was one point. There is one point in the movie. I'm hyping this up way too much. There's like a scene towards the end. I don't even know where they're at. Some like druggy place. That place. Yeah. And there was like this woman who was like not going crazy. She was just out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I did actually pay attention to the music or the soundtrack at that part in the movie. Okay. And it gave horror movie, as you would say.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
That's all I got to say.
Nice.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, that is a good observation because that didn't like cross my mind. So that's cool. Yeah. That is a great
giving horror.
It was giving horror movie.
It
gave horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's a good one note you have about the movie.
That's all I have written, really. Like,
okay, well,
I'm very neutral about everything.
Unless you have more to say.
That's all. I'm tapping out. You guys take it from there.
Okay, well, I guess we can go deeper into the movie now.
Yeah.
And anyway, you will add stuff.
Yeah, you will chime in. We'll make you chime in.
Yeah. Okay, well, the movie's about, his son getting kidnapped, or he thinks it's his son, but then it's not. And there's so much to be said. I mean, the entire film deals with, classes and, the disparity between, like, social classes and stuff like that. And real quick, this film, I mean, Parasite owes so much to this film.
Yeah.
It's insane how much this film owes. One of the scenes that sticks out to me is when the police and everyone is at his house and they're like, listening in. Mm-hmm. And he gets a phone call from the kidnapper and he says, hey, why are your curtains drawn? Can you why are your drapes drawn and stuff like that? He's like, okay, fine, I'll open them. And as soon as he does that, the police inspectors and everyone go underneath the table, which is so similar to that scene from Parasite.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Yeah. Avery, okay, you've seen Parasite too.
Yeah, you guys made me watch it.
Yeah, did you find thematically any similarities between the two movies?
I didn't think about it till you just.
Well, okay, Parasite's about poor people, rich people, classes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Do you not think this film's about something similar?
Sure. Yeah.
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 In what way? What do you get out of this movie in that
there's
sense?
Poor people and there's rich people.
But more than that.
And there's a part where the guy, the kidnapper, is like, I looked up at your house my whole life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looked up. Physically up.
Yeah.
Physically
right?
up.
That's
high
such a huge
and
part
low.
of
Yeah,
exactly.
Whoa.
And That's what Parasite was. Like, the rich people being physically high up on this hill, and the poor people being lower and getting flooded as a result, you know?
Like, it reminds me of that one, like, shot in Parasite that I always love, where, like, they're walking down the steps, and, like, you know, it's, like, beautifully shot, but I always think about that, because they're, like, physically going down lower.
Yeah. And, like, one of my favorite, like, lines and scenes in this entire film is when the police inspectors, and this is, like, in the second half of the film. By the way, this film, I think, is divided into two very distinct halves. The first half is, like, when everything's going down, it's, like, a thrilling thing, and then it turns into, like, a police procedural drama towards the second half. And during that second half, there's a bit where two police inspectors are, like, out in the field looking at phone booths and stuff like that in the area. And they're walking across this field, and they look up at Gondo's house. And one of them just says to the other, that house does get on your nerves. It feels as if it's always looking down on you. And that's, like, the most blatant, like, line in the film that's like, he is sort of looking down on these people, with the house being up on the hill. You know? So it's really... I love the way the film does that.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest standout to me, from a technical standpoint, was the blocking.
Absolutely.
I think this film...
she doesn't know what that means.
I know what blocking is. Is where the people, like, walk, where they have to stand. And
the way people stand. The way a scene is, like, choreographed, basically. And the composition of each frame. I think it's, like, probably the best blocking I've seen in any film.
Possibly,
because of... Like, it's not just like, oh, that looks nice, it's a nice shot. It lends so much to the narrative of the film. It's unbelievable. I think there's such an emphasis on the way people sit down and stand up in this film. And who's standing up when and who's sitting down when. And I think it's, like, mind-blowing to see that. Because every single scene, there's attention to that. It's never like, oh, he's just sitting down. No, it's always with intent. It's always purposeful.
And they let it all play out in one take, usually. There's lots of really long
such
takes.
Long takes. So much taken from, like, Rope by Hitchcock.
Sure,
So much. It's, like, this is, like, a really good, uncensored sort of Hitchcock film. And, like, it's not limited by anything.
There's a bit of a Hitchcock vibe to it.
The first half, at least.
The first half.
And, like, all of basically the first half taking place in, like, this
one place.
It reminds me a lot of that. And, like, one other thing, this kind of going back more to, like, the high and low, but kind of like an offhand comment. The, like, just, like, the topic about, like, kind of, like, the heat and, like, how hot it is down there. And, like, when, I think when the kidnapper is, like, calling, what's his name again? Gondo? Gondo for the first time, or one of the first times, he's, like, saying, like, oh, like, I'm in a phone booth down here, it's so hot, but, like, you probably can't see it because you have AC in your house, you know, it's all nice and cool in there. And, like, when the, like, even when the investigators are doing, like, you know, they're investigating, they always have, like, fans. And, like, when they're in that whole, like, big room where they're all crowded and, like, sharing their own points.
The movie...
I didn't think of that, but the original Japanese title translates to Heaven and Hell, actually.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Because it's, like, like, I think in the final scene when, like, the kidnapper's talking to Gondo and, like, talking about everything, I think he literally says, like, I saw your place as if it was heaven and I was living in hell.
And he's like, I don't care if I go to hell and stuff like that.
Exactly. And it's, like... it's like physically, like, you know, it's colder, it's like nicer up there, and then it's like hell down here because, one, it's so hot, but also because, you know, just the
movie, I think maybe this is me looking a bit too deep into it, but, like, the movie itself follows, like, a high and low literal, like, structure, because the movie, the first half, almost all of it takes place in Gonda's house, which is, like, up on the hill. And we're just confined to this one space. And almost all of that first half takes place in that one room. And then we get to, like, the middle section of the movie where they're all, like, investigating and stuff. And there's, like, these long scenes in, like, these police rooms where it's a bunch of people packed into one space. They're all hot and stuff, you know, blowing fans on their faces and stuff. You could take that as, like, or at least I take it as, like, okay, you have, like, the upper class, the middle class, all of these people packed into one room, still hot and stuff, but living comfortably. They're fine. And then the final section of the movie is when we get to, like, the lowest of the lows, like the dope alley. And I think it's so fascinating because the kidnapper is like, wow, I'm living such a horrible life. You know, I'm looking up at you and stuff. But then you see him in the dope alley, which is, like, as low as it can possibly get. And so he thinks he has it bad, but then he goes down there. But, like, the thing is, he doesn't empathize with them at all. In fact, he uses them. He kills one of them. He does not, there's no empathy from him at all. And I think it says so much about, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, something about like the cyclical nature of like how like the lower class just like once you're down there, you kind of like stay down there because of the conditions that have put you down there, and you don't really progress, you know?
Yeah.
And all of that is rooted in like envy and jealousy and pride and just ego and all of that. And it's fascinating.
And like even like with like the dope alley scene when like he's walking through like you're probably gonna talk a lot more about this because we spoke about this, but like just talking about like kind of sitting down and standing and like being low and high like physically, even in that he's like walking by and all of like the, you know, all of the people in the dope alley, they're like sitting down on the ground and like looking up at him like being like, hey, you don't belong here and stuff, and he's just walking past them like, you know, holding his head up high with no care in the world for them, even though he's like, oh, I'm like, you know, I've been struggling so much, but then he sees people that are struggling even more than him, and he just goes and uses one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So. And it's funny, like, you know, he treats the people lesser than him like shit.
Yeah.
And he expects the people above him to treat him like better than he treats them. It's, I don't know, it's interesting, and it's really real. It's really, it's great. And, you know, the most, like, the craziest part of the entire film to me is, like, you know, Gondo is, at least to me, he's not like your usual rich guy, right? He's not like, oh, these poor people, get them away from me, get them out of the house and stuff like that. Like they're small. He empathizes with them. He really does. Even like at the final scene, when like, you know, when they're like talking to each other through like that glass barrier, he's like, why do you think they have to hate each other and stuff? Like he means well, at least to me. Like I feel like he means well. He's trying to empathize with them. It just so happens that he's like a rich guy. Right? And so, just by the nature of him being rich and above all these people, physically above these people, they're gonna look down on him. They're gonna be like, oh, you're rich, you're on the hill, you're living life and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I am, but like, I'm not looking down on you people. I
feel like he came from like a lower middle class.
He did. So like, there's that scene where like, you know, they're like trying to put like the powder and stuff into like the briefcases, and he sits down on the floor, and he's like, oh yeah, I used to be a shoemaker, and this is what we used to do.
So
and
I'm
stuff.
sure he like doesn't hate them because
he doesn't.
No, he doesn't like outwardly hate them, but I think there is like some degree of looking down to some degree. Because I think the original title even being Heaven and Hell, kind of indicates, like, a sense of morality. That, like, you know, if you're in heaven, you're morally good. If you're in hell, you're morally bad. And I think the movie is kind of blurring that line. And it's showing that, you know, the guy that's in heaven, quote unquote, like, there is a kind of moral depravity in the idea of just losing that empathy for his chauffeur's kid when he finds out it's not his own. But I really
don't think he does lose empathy. I feel like he's battling between like, okay, I want to give him money because like it's a father, you know, crying for his kid. I really want to help him, but also it's going to ruin my life. Bankrupt. Of course, there is something to be said like, oh, when it was his kid, he didn't care.
Yeah, but like obviously you care about your children more than
I feel like that's like a natural thing. Like no one's going to be as empathetic to someone else's child as you are to your own.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but I feel like there is like a moral failing in that. The fact that just his instinctual gut reaction when he finds out is to call off like getting the money out. He isn't just immediately like, oh, it doesn't matter, like just get the kid, you know, let's figure this out. True. He does hesitate and he says, you know, it's not my kid, so I shouldn't be the one to pay it. And you can argue, he shouldn't have to. But I think there is a moral question there.
But is that like him looking down on the chauffeur?
I think it's just him not wanting to go bankrupt, which is completely fair, I feel like. Not to say like...
he doesn't want to be at the same level as someone like his chauffeur is.
And it's interesting because
it's not like he's going to be in a bad situation. He's going to be in the same position as everyone else. Yeah. And he doesn't want that. He looks down on that.
That's interesting.
He doesn't want that life for himself.
The movies, like the first half, the stakes of the movie are like, oh, he's going to lose everything. Or that's the way he says it. Yeah. And he's not. At the end of the movie, when he talks to the kidnapper, he's
doing fine.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I'm working for another shoe, and he gives me free reign and stuff. Yeah. So in a way, he gets exactly what he wants. Exactly. In the beginning of the movie, he wants to take over national shoes so that he can do whatever he wants, make the shoes that he wants. And in the end, he gets that. It's just for a lesser company.
Yeah. He's not interested in, like, preserving, like, you know, some base level of like, you know, way of living. Like, he wants more power. He wants this takeover to gain more wealth and more power over this company. And I think that is the moral failing of this character.
But do you think he comes off as like one of those like douchebag like
no,
rich
of course
people?
Not. No, I don't think he's like cartoonishly evil rich guy. And even if you, like, I forget the exact numbers, but, like, if you take the amount of money that he was worth in this movie and you translate it to, like, USD today, it's only, like, $4 million or something.
Yeah.
So he wasn't, like, obscenely rich anyways.
Yeah.
But he was definitely more interested in preserving his wealth than protecting this kid. You know?
Yeah. No, that is true. Yeah. And I feel like when you look at it from the lens of like, oh, he's not even going to lose everything. He's just going to be living in a house a little below the hill.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you can afford to do that. Yeah. But, you know, obviously, like, for looking at it, like, from his perspective, it's like, you know, he's living comfortably up the hill. Why would he want to go down? And I guess that does go with, like, looking down on people.
I think it's more because he, like, built it all up. Like, he's worked hard for what he's done. If anything, there's a scene where he's, like, yelling at his wife who's rich.
Yeah, like,
and he's
you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah. I feel like, if anything, he's just a hardworking guy trying to...
A little tangent, but, like, with the wife, and again, this goes into the whole blocking thing, but the wife, from what I saw, is never sitting down on the floor exactly. Even when she's crying and she's, like, emotionally at her worst, she's always, like, on a bed or, like, on a couch. She always has, like, something beneath her, which is because... in the movie, they say, oh, she comes from luxury, right? Like, she comes from these rich houses, she comes from these cars and stuff. She's fine. She'll always be fine. She doesn't know what it's like to be fully on the floor. When the guy, Gondo, does sit on the floor multiple times, he's working himself, you know, putting the powder in the briefcases and stuff. So I think that's, again, the blocking is insane. And it lends so much to the narrative of the film.
Definitely.
But yeah, it is... interesting, the whole, you know, Gondo looking down at them. Like, even if it's not his intent, it is kind of just there.
Yeah.
Like, it's like an inherent, like, part of, like, being in that position and stuff.
The other thing, too, is that, like, both him and the kidnapper share responsibility in different ways if that kid were to be killed, right? The kidnapper for killing him, but also him for not giving the money that would save him. And... in that situation, the kidnapper is the one that goes to prison for it.
Yeah.
He's praised for eventually doing the right thing, but he hesitated for so long, and something bad could have happened, but he was seen as the hero.
Yeah.
Only one of them went to prison, and even though, like, he didn't commit a crime, Gondo, like, he does share some amount of moral... like, responsibility if something had happened to that kid.
Yeah, of course.
He was the one in the position to save him, and he hesitated because he was more worried about maintaining his, like, high social status, his position of power.
It's so fascinating, because I feel like the guy, the kidnapper's whole thing is like, yeah, he wants money and stuff, but also he just wants to humiliate this guy who lives up the hill, because he envies him. And he can't do that. He gets him to give him 30 million yen. Yeah. And yet he's still praised in newspapers and stuff like that. And even at the end of the movie, when everything's gone down, and, you know, Gondo's gone down a notch, he's working for a lesser company, and the guy's, like, you know, he has a death sentence and stuff, they're still separated by, like, this glass barrier. Yeah. You know, like, there is this physical difference, and I feel like that will, like, just generally speaking outside of the movie, that will always exist between people. Because of the way society works, right? Yeah. Because of the way the world works, there's always going to be this physical barrier between you and the upper class, or you and the middle class, and stuff like that. There's always going to be that barrier, and there's nothing you can do about it, because that's just the way the world works, and it's, I don't know, it's interesting.
That is really interesting, too, because I also realized, like, even when when Gondo gives him the money, like, it's, you know, they're still, like, very separated. And it's through a window. Yeah, like, he throws it through the window. Yeah, he down. That's down. True. Yeah. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, but also, through the glass. That's the one time it crosses through the glass. Yeah. It's the money going
but there's
from one
still
side to
the high and low. Like, he's up there in the train,
Yeah.
and she's down, and he's down there.
And, like, they never meet, like, face to face with nothing, like, you know.
Well, they do.
They do?
Yeah, once in the movie when he gets a cigarette from him. He's like,
right, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Which, I don't know what that would mean, but that is interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I have some stuff to say about that scene, but, you know, we'll get into that. Or I guess we can just get into that now.
I heard something about cigarettes being evil, and, you know, it's like the one time they're
like the vices connect.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know how Japanese society at that time felt about cigarettes.
But also, like, I feel like at that point, Gondo's probably at his lowest. The house is being auctioned off, and he is not part of a business. Yeah. He's looking at shoes. He's yearning for, like, oh, I wish I could make the shoes. Yeah. And at that point, the kidnapper's kind of at his highest, in a way.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's at his low, as low as it gets for him. for Gondo. Like, he would never be as low as the kidnapper's low,
Mm-hmm.
but his low can be like the kidnapper's high.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So maybe that's when they see eye to eye.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then never again. A bit about that scene, I was gonna say, the movie, like, and this is going away from the whole, like, symbolic...
You have a lot of fucking notes about this movie.
Not really. I don't have that much.
Sorry.
This is going away from the whole, like, metaphorical and symbolism in this movie. It's like, the movie, like, it starts off as, like, a usual, crime, thriller type of movie, and then it goes into, like, a police procedural and stuff. I love the amount of emphasis they put into each step of the investigation. You don't miss a single thing. And I feel like that really shows you, like, the amount of effort this stuff takes. And the amount of time it takes. And, like, they really make you aware of the time that's going into this.
Yeah.
And I think it's done in such an entertaining way. Like, I was bored for a second. There's scenes of them, like 20-minute long scenes of them just, like, reading out clues and being like, this car has fish blood on it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
This is so cool,
Yeah.
And I feel like watching this movie, if you compare this to, like, other crime movies, you'd be like, okay, maybe there will be, like, a big twist at the end. Because, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but for me, my first thought when the kid gets kidnapped is that one of the shareholders maybe did it. Maybe it's like a plot or something by one of them to, like, get him out of the company or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe that's where this movie is going to go, but it doesn't. And the guy who kidnaps the kid is just some guy. It's just some guy. And I love that. It's just like, there's no twists or anything.
Yeah.
And this might be me looking too deep into it, but the opening scene, I told Sam about this, the opening scene of the movie, when they're just talking about shoes. And Gondo's whole thing is like, hey, I don't like the shoes you guys make. This is glued together all wrong and stuff. It's so, like, unnatural and stuff. And I don't like the shoes that the old guy makes either. I want to make my own shoes. I want to make them inventive, new, creative, comfortable, all of that. You could look at that as sort of like a meta statement, like from Kurosawa himself, as if to be like, crime movies would usually be like, okay, big twist, blah, 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 big chase scene, gunfight, stuff like that, because that is how crime movies usually go. This movie has none of that. Even the chase scene is so tame. It's just two guys, like, following him around, and nothing really happens. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's him being like, no, we're not going to do the cheesy crime stuff, and we're not going to do the old stuff either. We're going to make something else. We're going to do something new. And this movie inspired so many. David Fincher, Zodiac.
Oh, definitely.
The Killer.
Bong Joon-ho, even not even Parasite, but Memories of Murder.
Memories of Murder. Yeah. Like, come on, like, and it's I love that aspect of this.
Like, I really like how patient it is in kind of all of the investigative, like, parts, because I feel like in a lot of, like, crime thriller movies, it's very focused on, like, the action and, like, the mystery, like, oh, what's the twist? Oh, it's actually a character you've known this whole time, and stuff like that. But this, like, takes a lot more effort into showing you, like, like, I just love that scene when, like, all of the investigators are in this, like, one singular room, and, like, they're going through each of the pieces of evidence and just sharing, like, all of these little things. And it's very realistic in a way, because they're going through, like, every single possibility. Like, they go and figure out each of the telephone booths and, like, which one it's more likely to be.
You don't miss
like,
a single thing.
Yeah.
You see all of it. Normally it'd be like, okay, we're going to investigate this house. And then they're back and they're like, oh yeah, we found it, by the way. But no, they're like, oh, we didn't find them. We'll go again tomorrow. And then you see them go again tomorrow and they still don't find anything. And it's like, oh, we're out of, like, leads and stuff. It's great. It's so good.
I love it.
And it's funny, I saw someone online be like, I was disappointed by High and Low, because I thought that scene where they, share a cigarette at the end would be like the big twist, where it's like, oh, Gondo planted the story himself because he wanted, public fame, and he didn't, and that person didn't like the movie because then I thought it was interesting, because, like, you would expect that, I guess, some big twist, but this movie doesn't have that, and that makes me like it even more. But,
exactly.
Another thing that was on my mind is that...
This is good.
Am I rambling my bad?
No, please keep going.
I think you like this movie more.
I like this movie.
I really like this movie.
Really good.
The movie, I feel like, tries really...
I hope he says as much for Camp Rock.
We'll get into
on the symbolism of Camp Rock.
I have something to say about Camp. We'll get into it. I think the movie tries to make you really sympathize with, like, the rich guy, right? Like Gondo. I feel like it's trying, because it's constantly saying, like, oh, Gondo lost everything and stuff like that. We need to, like,
See, I just don't see it that way. I don't think that the movie's sympathizing with them.
Really?
Yeah.
I
don't have that perspective.
Okay, well, the thing I was gonna say is that
Alex chose hatred.
No, the reason I'm saying this is because the police inspectors are like, "Oh, Gonda lost so much. We need to do this for him." But like,
yeah, they're police.
Yeah, I know, but no, that's my point. The point is like they're putting so much effort into this, and the movie's showing you all this effort. It's like if the chauffeur himself went to the police station and was like, "Hey, I lost my kid. Can you help me find him?" Do you think they would put that much effort into finding the kid?
Yeah, they're doing it because he's rich.
Yeah, and I think that's I think that's
because
cool,
his money is at stake more so than just the kid being at stake.
Yeah.
And any sense that the movie is trying to make you feel bad for him, I think, is undone by the end when you realize even when he quote unquote lost everything, he's still doing just fine. I think that's the movie ultimately saying, don't feel bad for this guy necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of it is self-inflicted, and he doesn't necessarily deserve a lot of the praise he got for doing just the bare minimum right thing.
Bare minimum,
Exactly.
And it's funny, like, he gets praised for, like, oh, you gave, like, 30 million yen, when that's not even all the money he had. Right?
Yeah.
But if some middle-class guy did that, he wouldn't get that much attention.
Yeah. Like, even if he gave all that he had,
and it's funny how people look at wealth that way. Yeah. It's like the scale of wealth matters a lot.
And that's the thing with the heaven and hell thing, is that you project, like, an inherent like moral goodness onto a rich person, that they succeeded at life, that they did something right to get that wealth. And poor people, they're poor because it's a moral failing. Because they did something wrong, and that's how they ended up in that position. And I think the movie is aware of that and critiquing it. I think that's more so what the movie's doing, in my view of it.
No, I completely get that. And again, a thing I keep thinking of is like the kidnapper isn't even doing that bad. He's just a middle class, like average guy, like lower middle class guy. And he thinks he deserves a lot more. He thinks he needs a lot more. And then, I don't know, there's no empathy from him for like, the people at Dope Alley and stuff. And it's like...
Probably one of my only, like, critiques about this movie though is just the way that they like show like the addicts like in the Dope Alley, how they're like basically zombies.
I
feel like that was I feel like that's a pretty common thing in a lot of film where they like
the reason
kind of
he did that for this movie is to just show you like how low it can get. Like this is the lowest class of people. Just sitting out in the streets, high out of their minds, and like just losing their minds. I feel like that's the point. And I feel like if it comes off as cartoony, it's, for me at least, it's fine because it's the movie's trying to show you like this is as low as it gets.
Putting into perspective the fact that even if he loses everything, he's not going to end up at
he's not going to end up
still going to be fine.
And it is funny when you look back at the movie after that ending because he makes such a big deal like, God, I'm going to lose everything. I can't give you all that money. I'm going to lose everything. And at the start of the movie, at least I believed him. I was like, wow, no, you might actually lose everything, but then he's just fine.
Exactly.
So that's interesting.
What?
Avery, do you have anything to...
No, I got nothing.
No, like, come on, please.
I said everything I need to say.
No,
I was going to tell a story about the zombie addic thing.
Go ahead, please. You know you can cut us off at any point, right?
That's fine. One time, okay. No, because then can we, like, edit this out, though?
We'll tell the story and then I'll decide if I'm going to cut it out.
There was one time downtown, like 2 years ago-ish, I was driving with someone and I actually thought the zombie apocalypse was starting because we were like at Rito, we were like hear me out, we were in Byward and we were driving and then we turned to the right and there was this woman who was literally like walking like a zombie, peeing herself in the middle of the road, like this was 2 a.m. as well, literally like twitching and stuff, and I actually thought this. Anyways, my point is, it's not super. You
hate poor people.
No, I'm just saying it's not inaccurate that they look like zombies because
that's fair. Yeah. But now, Avery, like, do you have anything to add to, like, what we were discussing? About the whole, like, like, actually...
I feel like you covered it all.
No, if you want to, like, reiterate anything any of us have said, please do. Because I want to, like...
Did you notice more when, like, he was mentioning a bunch of stuff?
When we were talking about this, like, the whole high and low aspect of the film.
That.
Yeah. Or do you like that?
Sure.
What are your thoughts on rich people? She has a copy of the Communist Manifesto and hasn't read it. But she has it.
My dad owns it.
No, but Avery, seriously, like...
I don't think I can add to this conversation.
Why not?
Because I feel like everything has been said. I don't know.
I-
I've said my thoughts and opinions in my
Have
notes.
you?
You said you
I
liked the
said-
music in one
You
scene.
said
You
you
liked
liked
Big
That's all I
Horror.
really got. I'm
There's
I
barely
am
any
very
music in this
neutral.
film.
I'm very neutral about this movie.
Does us mentioning all of these like little like things about like the story and stuff, does it help you like appreciate the film a bit more?
Yeah.
Or
Sure, yeah.
Do you not think that no, okay, do you not think that like the physicality of the highs and the lows of the movie add something to it? Like when I said that thing about people standing up in frame or sitting
Mhm.
down, isn't that cool?
I didn't notice it till you said
Yeah,
something.
and
And
so
I was
that's-
like, oh, okay. Yeah.
It's because like every time someone gets like the upper hand in a scene, he always stands up every single
Yeah.
time, and the other person sits down.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, that happens a lot throughout the film. And so, does that make you appreciate the film a bit
Yeah,
more?
it's a technical aspect I didn't really see before, and it's cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all
Do
I
you
really
think?
got to
Okay, let's say
say.
if you like, you know,
We don't, it's okay. I'll talk during the Camp Rock segment if that's what you're trying to do.
no, I'm just saying, like, if you were to watch, like, if you were to like rewatch Parasite or something, or
Mhm.
even this movie in the future,
Mhm.
do you think you would be more aware of? The
I
whole...
would, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you were to watch any movie similar to this, not Parasite
Maybe.
or High and Low, would you actually pay attention to like the way people stand or like the blocking of a scene?
Possibly,
Now
yeah.
that you know what blocking is.
I knew what blocking was. But yeah, maybe.
Do you think if you read the Communist Manifesto, you would have a new appreciation of this movie?
Maybe, Alex, maybe.
The acting's great.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
great. She
Yeah.
said it was okay.
I think the acting's great. I love I mispronounced it. Toshiro Mifune.
Yeah,
Butchered
yeah,
that.
he's great.
Great actor. He's in a bunch of Kurosawa films. He's in Yojimbo.
Is this your favorite Kurosawa film?
I don't.
Have you seen Rashomon?
Do you think
Do
Avery
you
has seen
think I've
Rashomon?
seen-
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, didn't you take like a first year film class? They always show Rashomon.
Yeah.
I
true.
did not
like the
watch
samurai
any
Yeah.
of-
You watched
You
Black
think
Panther?
I watched? I watched Black Panther.
Yeah. I've seen three Kurosawa
Yeah.
films, and this one is my favorite.
Alex?
Yeah, this is my favorite. I've seen quite a few. Not all. I haven't seen Seven Samurai.
Really?
That's like
Me
the
neither.
big
That's
one.
like the big one, yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen Ran, I've seen Ikaru, I've seen Rashomon. I've seen a whole bunch. I think this is my favorite, though.
Yeah, I watched Seven Samurai a long time ago. I love it. It's, well, I hate saying that it's long, but it is like an epic, like, long
I know
movie.
it's long, yeah.
And so,
I have
like,
to make time for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to like rewatch it, but for the time being, I think this is my favorite one. I've seen Dreams, you know, Yojimbo,
Yeah.
Rashomon, Ran, and stuff.
Oh, what did you think of the pink smoke? Did you think that was cool?
There was the only color in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was
yo,
What'd you think
Yeah.
of that?
there's pink in the movie. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but isn't
Yeah.
that sick?
that is sick.
That
Yeah.
was really cool.
That is really cool. I wonder what that means. Must mean something.
He just loves
Gotta
pink.
mean something.
Huh?
Yeah.
He just loves
Kurosawa.
pink.
He was
Yeah.
like, guys, we gotta have a little bit of pink in this.
Kurosawa
Yeah.
does love pink.
Yeah.
This is true.
Probably.
This is true, yeah.
This is true.
But no,
Right.
great film.
Yeah.
You can see how this film has inspired so many. And even besides Bong Joon-ho and David Fincher, like so much. I feel like, what's the Francis Ford Coppola movie where he's like listening in on people?
Oh, The Conversation.
The Conversation. I feel like this takes a little bit from that
I
too.
can see that. Sure.
And yeah, really any movie dealing with social and
Mhm.
economic gaps, this
Mhm.
movie does.
Oh,
Right.
And it's
Well-
just all of that aside, it's just a really fun
Yeah,
movie.
that too.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
even
a fun movie to watch.
even without all of that, like as much as like, you know, you would think something that's a bit more patient and like methodical about all of like the investigative like
Mm.
processes that they're going through, I didn't feel like bored
yeah,
at
no.
all.
And like
Like,
me
I-
personally, I'm really into like police procedural
Yeah,
films,
exactly.
and so this was just like a bonus.
Yeah.
for
See,
me.
I'm
And I just-
less into police procedurals, and so it did lose me a little in the
Yeah,
second
that's
half.
fair.
It wasn't as gripping. I like the first half way more.
That's fair,
The first
so.
half is really probably like the high well the
Yeah,
highest
it's
point
the
of the
high
film.
of the film.
But yeah, like I really like police procedurals too, so that's probably why I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Avery.
I think that's all.
What are your final thoughts
Yeah.
and your rating?
I was very neutral about this movie.
Yep.
Okay. Alex
So-
is just
So I give it like originally I was gonna give it like a 5, but I'd probably bump it to like a 5.5, 6.
so we
Okay.
so
what
us
made
talking
you-
about it.
What made you
You're
come?
rants.
Because she doesn't want to be seen as, like, hating poor people.
No,
Genuinely, what made you bump it up?
Because I didn't really pay attention to any of the technical aspects that you guys pick up on. So then I'm like, oh.
So you think that stuff's cool?
That stuff's cool.
Okay.
So
Nice. I'm glad that.
And
helps you
hopefully,
like it
for the
more.
next movie you watch, you're more conscious of these
We'll get
things.
there. I'm sure we'll get to a point.
Yeah. I feel like if you point that out... Oh, I'm sorry. If you point that out enough, you'll, like,
Yeah.
get...
I mean, I noticed the music at that one scene.
Right,
Mhm.
okay.
That counts!
That counts.
I don't ever pay
good for
attention to
you.
the music.
I'm very happy for
Thank
you.
I feel like
you.
there's
Very
maybe
proud of you.
5 notes of music in this entire film.
No,
And
the
she
scene...
noticed all of them. That's something. Yeah.
Sure,
Hey
no,
guys,
you know
we
what?
all start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Sure,
No, that's
Yeah.
real.
I'll take that.
And
I
I'm
will
glad
take
that, like, us talking about it helped you like it a bit
Nice,
more.
yeah, I'm glad.
So
Yeah.
you'd give it 5.5?
Yeah.
And Alex?
I'm right on the border between, like, a really high 9 and a low 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have it as a 9 on Letterboxd.
I think you should go for the low 10.
I
It's really
I
good.
think it deserves a 10. I just think some of the stuff with the police kind of loses me just
That's
a
fair.
bit.
That's fair.
So, I saw it twice, and even on the second watch, I still wasn't quite at a 10, but, you know, maybe one day.
Yeah,
One
so
day.
for now it's about like a high 9.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. No, I have it at a 10. And I
That's
think that
fair,
it probably is because, like,
Mhm.
I am a fan of police procedural
Yeah.
films, so that's probably why. But, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just an amazing, like, you can tell that there was so much, like, effort put
Yeah.
into every single piece of it, and it works really effectively, so.
Yeah, I mean, this is a straight up 10.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I can tell you gave it a 10.
Yeah.
You wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I'm so sorry.
No, it
No,
was
it's
Alex
great.
good,
is
it's
gonna
good.
hate you during
No,
editing.
I loved this movie. Like, the blocking alone in
Yeah.
that first half, I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
Insane.
the
way
first
it's
half is
shot.
an easy 10.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's fantastic. And I completely get the whole second half losing you a bit. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a 10. And yeah, let's talk about a movie that's not a 10. Camp
Good
Rock.
segue.
Great
Good.
transition.
Okay, Avery, you know
Yeah.
what? Talk
Take it
about
away.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
Go ahead. I feel like we've been talking a
Well,
lot.
here's
yeah.
the thing. I didn't rewatch it, so it's still like once you guys start
Yeah.
talking, then it'll come to me.
Do you want me to
But
do a little plot?
I'm sorry,
rundown?
Sam,
Sure.
how many times have you
Well,
seen Camp Rock?
I've seen it. Okay, well, I saw it when I was like a kid. Which,
mhm.
And I'm not
classic
gonna say what
Disney
my
Channel.
rating is yet, but I think my rating is a little bit like, you know,
Nostalgia.
yeah, part of it is nostalgia because I did watch this when I was a kid, but I think in like recent years I've seen it maybe like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
And I rewatched it last night.
Yeah.
And it's about this girl, Michi, I think her name
Michi.
is, and she
Like,
really wants to go to this like Camp Rock.
Mhm.
But at first her parents were like, no, we can't afford it. But then they're like, hey, like they work for like this catering company, and they're like, oh, we're gonna work at the camp, so you can come to the camp. And she's like, yay. And so Michi goes to the camp, and she is trying to make some friends. So she lies about what her mom is doing. Like she lies and says, oh, my mom works for this
Hot
like
Tunes in
record
China.
Hot Tunes in China, and they keep on mentioning. Like, just, like...
How cool China
Yeah.
is. I love China so much.
There's something about, like, being, like, ooh, cool and foreign in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And out of all, I love how they pick China out of all countries because they're like, hey, I got this from a shop in China. And they're like, wow.
Yeah, they're like,
wow.
wow.
China.
She just
Chinese
says like random
body power.
Chinese words. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, it means happy morning or something.
Happy summer.
Happy summer.
It's like, okay. And then there's also... there's also, like, Shane Gray, who's, like, this, like, pop star.
Best character.
You know, Joe Jonas, and, like, the Jonas...
All the
I guess
Jonas-
He's
Jonases are
so
in it, yeah.
emo.
they're, like...
The
so
Jonas.
angsty. It's so
Dude, his
good.
hair.
He's
He
such an
doesn't
asshole
wanna
for no
be there.
reason.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be
Shane
there,
Gray?
Yeah.
I do.
He's such a
What?
dick.
No,
Yeah.
dude. The first one of the first scenes with him, he goes to like the catering, like the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey, so I'm like allergic to certain foods, and you guys gave me that, and I couldn't even go near it." And Mitchie's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
And then he's like,
But he was
whoa,
being a
okay,
dick
fine.
about it.
Yeah, because he almost fucking died. And Mitchie's like, "You're such a jerk."
Like, you know what,
Okay.
that's...
Why didn't you say please and thank
Yeah.
you?
It wasn't her fault. You can just go up to random people and be like, you tried to fucking kill me.
Yeah.
That's was a little much.
That's fair.
God. Yeah, no. Also,
It wasn't like his management's fault for not communicating it.
No, I just love.
She just works at like
Yeah.
the counter.
I just love.
she's like, what the fuck, man? I don't care about your stupid allergies. Say please and thank you.
Yeah, like the fact that like the scene's supposed to be like, oh, Shane Gray's like an asshole. The scene is that he was gonna die eating breakfast, and
Well.
he's complaining about it. And Mitchie's like, "Fuck you, man! You're such a dick."
Like, sure, he could have been a little bit nicer about it, but I think I would have given more concern to his allergies.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm on her side.
Mitchie doesn't give a fuck. She's like,
She's like, fuck you.
This guy she's like a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking care if you
Yeah.
die. Just stop yelling at me. That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, that's fair.
Good
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so like Mitchie's trying to like, be friends. She tries to become friends with Tess, who's like
God.
actually really she's really mean. And like she also starts becoming friends with Shane Gray, and for some reason anytime she says literally the most basic thing ever, Shane Gray's like, that really made my day.
Yeah.
And just like looks at her with such like, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, also
it's
at
like
the start-
first normal human being Shane
Yeah.
Gray's talking
Also
about.
at the start, Shane is like running away from fans and he hears this girl playing the piano in this room. It's
Yeah.
Mitchie, but he doesn't know that. He's like,
Mhm.
for the entire movie, he's like, I gotta find the girl with the voice. And he just won't shut up about it. He's like, dude, the girl with the voice, I gotta find her.
He writes a song about it.
Yeah, I gotta find you. And like, Mitchie, slowly her secret gets revealed, and they're all like, wow,
Yeah,
I can't
she's
believe you lied to
broke.
us. Your
Your
mom works
mom's
at
a
a catering
cook.
company. You're
Your
such a
dad runs
loser.
a hardware store. Fucking broke bitch. You were your.
Can I just say that the whole thing of him trying to find the girl,
Yeah.
none of that makes sense because
No.
he knows the song and he's like, oh, the song's burned in my mind, and he sings it to everyone he meets, and she's also singing it to everyone she meets.
Yeah.
You think someone would be like, oh, that's the song that one
Yeah.
girl was singing in
Yeah.
class.
Like, nobody says anything. They're
Well, I
just,
guess
or, like, when
everyone's
he
trying
says
to
it-
get with like Shane Gray, so maybe they're.
That's true.
pretending.
Like, I think
But
like
the
Tess-
teacher knows, right? Like she sang it like for him.
Yeah, no, exactly. And he just doesn't say anything. He just looks at him
Oh,
and
no,
his nephew
Can
and is
we
like,
quote like the best line in the entire film?
Oh my God.
When Caitlin, like Mitchie's friend, is like, they meet for the first time like in the kitchen, and Caitlin's like, "Huh, that's rich. You're not.
that's rich, but I guess you're not.
You broke piece of shit. Your mom's a cook."
Oh my god.
Guys, her dad runs a hardware store.
Belong at this summer camp.
No, it's so good. Like in the start, Tess and like her gang, like they come up to Mitchie and they're like, "Oh, what does your dad do?" And she's like, "Oh, he runs a hardware store." And they just like walk away.
Yeah, they just like, ew. But then it's like, but my mom works at...
And they all turn around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're like, whoa, China?
China?
So foreign and
Can
cool.
we go to China?
Yeah, we'll go
please?
visit you and your mom in China.
Yeah.
And then, Tess overhears... she overhears Shane, like, singing the song and recognizes that it's Mitchie and is like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
screw over Mitchie, but also finds out that Mitchie is working in the kitchen.
Mhm.
So she puts,
Well, okay, before that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Then she finds, like, the book of the song she wrote.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Which
movie,
doesn't go
I think,
anywhere.
is clearly setting up that she's gonna steal her
Yeah,
song.
yeah, and then she does it.
What's that scene
So,
about?
so instead, her plan. Do you want to explain what she does instead?
Instead, she, like, takes... Well, first she reveals to everyone that,
Yeah.
Mitchie...
She's broke.
Yeah, and Shane is like, I can't believe you lied to me. I thought you were real. And then he runs away.
You're
But
broke?
then, yeah. What? We can't be friends. I thought you understood me, but you're just a broke bitch.
I'm sorry, you said your mom's a what?
Disgusting.
Ew.
But then, Tess, she has like
Forgot how
this
good
little
this
like
movie
bracelet where it's like she puts a little charm every single time her mom wins a Grammy. And then she like leaves it in the kitchen under like some book and is like, oh, I think Mitchie stole my bracelet, and then goes with like the instructor to the kitchen, and Mitchie's like, no, I didn't steal your bracelet. And then they find the bracelet and they're like, you guys can't perform
Such a
until
stupid
it's
plan.
really
Oh,
stupid.
there's like the
So
talent
dumb.
show or the at the
Yeah,
end
the
of
final
jam.
at
Yeah,
the end.
so it's like
Okay.
you cannot perform at the thing and like be in this contest or
Yes,
whatever.
so there's at
right?
the end of the camp, there's like the final jam, like a talent show type thing, and then you win and you get to be in the music
and
video
she
or
can't
something.
compete.
And
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
Mitchie can't compete.
Yeah.
Mitchie and Caitlin.
And Caitlin, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
But then we find out at the very end that she did eventually confess. So the guy knows that she didn't actually steal it, but still doesn't let her compete.
No,
Yeah.
not until the end of Final
until
Jam.
the end
But
of
she's
final
like out
jam.
of competition.
Yeah, she's out of
Yeah.
competition.
Even though he knows that
He knows,
she's innocent.
yeah.
Yeah. The guy switches between Australian and British. All
That
the whole
too.
thing. It's the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Caitlin's great. I love Caitlin because she gets up like there and she plays like some YouTube type beat on like her laptop and everyone's like, she's really good.
She's really good.
Yeah, she just plays a couple keys on her laptop.
And she's like,
Yeah.
she's like playing it.
I'm like,
She's just button mashing.
There's
Yeah.
this guy, like, you know, when Shane is, like, teaching them how to dance and stuff, there's a guy on the floor, and Shane's like, oh, do you drum? And he gets a sticks, and he just
He
bangs
just
the
starts
floor.
doing it, and he's like, wow,
wow,
dude,
you're
we just
so
need to
good.
translate that to your feet. And he's like, wow, this inspired me. I'm gonna become a dancer now.
Yeah, oh my god.
For some reason, every single, like, word that people say to each other in this movie is, like, so inspirational and taken
Yeah.
fully to heart in, like,
Yeah.
every single way by
Also,
every single character.
There's a scene where all the Jonas Brothers are, like, together in the car and at the start, and Kevin Jonas looks directly at the camera. This
does,
actually
does he?
happens. Like, his eyes skate to the camera, and he just looks at it.
Hmm.
Kevin
Yeah.
is not a real person, I don't think. It's, I don't like the Jonas Brothers, but
No, me
Mm.
neither.
Cake by the Ocean.
That's
Yeah.
the NCAA, but yeah.
Well,
Is that not the
Joe
Jonas?
Jonas.
Jonas
but
isn't.
Joe,
Oh.
not the other two.
I thought that was
It's
like
not
a
like
Jonas.
a Jonas brother,
oh, I
no.
thought it
But,
was
like,
Jonas.
Joe Jonas is in.
Soccer
yeah.
is like Jonas Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an awful
I
song.
don't know what any of you are doing.
Cake by the Ocean, talk to me,
No.
baby. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy.
Crazy, crazy.
I went crazy watching this movie.
How long did it take you to fully watch the
It took
movie?
4 hours to
Oh,
watch this. I
God.
kept taking breaks.
That's fair.
I just couldn't
Yeah.
deal
That's
with
fair, that's
this.
fair.
You know, as for, like, going through it, I feel like I gave it too kind of a rating. But I think it's because
I think
I
this is a
watched
great
it as a
movie.
kid, and there
Yeah.
was something so, like, I don't know.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. And, like, the
Yeah.
whole thing of, like, him being like, I gotta find the girl.
The movie
Just
makes
remind me of, like, I was
just
so
don't see
obsessed.
If someone-
I was... Sorry.
If someone who hadn't seen the movie was listening to this, they'd be like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
this movie about?"
Well,
There's-
no, it's about Camp Rock. It's
Yeah, she
about-
goes to
yeah,
a summer
she goes
camp.
to Camp Rock,
Yeah.
and it's just everyone turns on her when they find out she's
Mhm.
broke. But then they're like, "Oh wait, you know, she's fine."
Mhm.
And you know she finds new friends, blah blah,
Yeah.
blah, and final jam. The movie makes no sense, like
Yeah.
at all. Even for like Disney movie standards, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't even try to make sense. I feel like the people who made this movie didn't know how to make a movie. They're just gonna ditch it.
Yeah.
There's no consistency at all. It's baffling. It's actually like insane.
Yeah. I think just like the last time we talked about a Disney Channel movie, I think there's something deeply evil about this movie.
Yeah, there is.
Because she's so against the idea of like being like relegated to a background singer.
Yeah.
And her whole thing is like she has to find her true authentic self.
Yeah.
And that true authentic self is like being a solo act and becoming
Yeah.
famous, which I
Yeah.
feel like goes against the message of the movie
Yeah.
It
about
does.
lying to be popular.
Yeah.
But she succeeds and becomes her authentic self by becoming a solo act and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
being better than everyone else.
Yeah. You know, talking about the messaging of the movie and like metaphors and shit, I think Tess is a metaphor for record labels.
Oh, right. You told me,
I
yeah.
think Tess is like this evil person who's like, hey, background singer, you're gonna do this, you're gonna wear this, you're gonna wear that, and that's how record labels treat their artists, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's really
Maybe.
deep.
Yeah.
Tess is like, you know, all of these Disney movies have like their bully, like, you know, How to Build a Better Boy has like, you know, Nuea, which is heaven spelled backwards.
Dude, heaven and hell, like the
Like
I
I love,
know.
yeah. But no, yeah, like all of them have like their bullies, and I feel like Tess is like the worst one out of them all. She's actually evil. She's an
really
awful
mean.
person. I think if she stole the song, that'd be so cool. Like she would be like the worst person to ever exist.
Yeah, they should have done
The
that.
worst Disney
and like I
villain.
love how
Yeah.
like every single song, like the song that they perform at like the campfire like jam session where it's just her being like, I'm better than everyone.
Oh my god!
And she has like her background
yeah,
singers and her
right.
background dancers. I'm like, what is?
She's like, I'm
here?
too cool or something. I was just born this way. You don't have it. Fuck you.
Yeah,
It's insane. It's really, and I
way.
love how she just doesn't have a
like-
mic like in any of the scenes. And there's like background vocals just magically.
yeah.
And like you know, Joe Jonas is like, you know, serenading Mitchie with like the guitar, and there's like drums in the back. It's great.
And like I feel like there's something. I feel like this is apparent throughout most like Disney films because I feel like, you know, it always paints this picture of like high school and like, you know, popularity and stuff. And it's like I feel like it's not entirely accurate because I mean I was talking about this with this mom, but like I feel like at my school at least there wasn't like a very like popular group that everybody wanted to be friends with and like, you know, you wanted so badly to be friends with them that you would like sacrifice, you know, your loser friends to be friends with them. Like that never really happened, but it feels like it's such a focus in, I mean, even with How to Build a Better Boy, like it's like such a focus.
At least
on...
in this one, it makes a bit of sense because there's like an industry connection implied, right?
It's kind of centered around like
like
popularity equals
famous,
like money and like fame,
as opposed to just like popular in high school for the sake of it. Like it at least makes a bit of sense in this one, but
it's still kind of like I feel like it's a focus in so many of these like Disney Channel movies.
You know, at the time of recording this episode, they announced yesterday that they're making a Camp Rock 3.
Holy shit.
Demi Lovato and Joe Jonas reunited and they performed This Is Me on stage and stuff. That's big.
That's big. Yeah. We'll do an episode.
We'll do an episode on Camp Rock 3.
If this podcast still exists by then.
Still haven't seen 2, but
none of us have actually.
But we'll have to do an episode where we all watch Camp Rock 2.
I know the one dance though. There's a song called We Can't Back Down. And I know the dance.
Avery, do you like this movie?
See, here's the thing. I didn't rewatch it, so for me, it just lives in my childhood brain. So for me, I loved this movie as a kid, but I haven't rewatched it as an adult.
Did you? I forget. Did you rewatch How to Build a Better Boy?
I did.
Did you like that?
It was okay.
She liked it as much as Bound.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
But like that's also like nostalgia though. Like Sam said, like for her.
Putting that aside, do you like the movie?
I wouldn't watch it again as an adult. But it takes you.
But
back.
You made us watch it as adults.
Yeah.
What about like Good Burger? Like you actually like?
I love that.
You love that movie. No nostalgia. No
nostalgia. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like nostalgia is like a very big part of like these Disney Channel movies because there's really nothing. I mean, also we're adults. A lot of these things are about like high school and like you know like that age group that like you know we're not in. But even if I would like you know there isn't much to like gain from these movies, and I mean you don't necessarily have to like
we've grown up, guys.
Like you know I feel like if I was rewatching this movie I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. But watching this movie as like a 20-year-old for the first time, it's really like dehumanizing in a way. It's really like
it was such a dehumanizing experience.
All of these
Disney to break it to you guys, I got more Disney Channel.
All of these Disney Channel originals. It's just like I'm a grown man sitting in a room watching
alone
by myself watching 14-year-old Demi Lovato.
I'm a grown ass man in my mid-20s watching Camp Rock on a Monday afternoon.
God. I have a fun fact for you guys, though. Okay. Originally, it was not supposed to be Demi Lovato to play Mitchie. It was supposed to be Selena Gomez.
Ooh.
But she backed out. So
because she read the script and was like, this
I don't know
sucks.
exactly why it was some. I don't know why specific. You can find out. But because this was before Sunny with a Chance came out, which is Demi's big thing, they needed a name. So that's why they got the Jonas Brothers in, but it was supposed to be Selena Gomez and Drew Seeley, who are both the leads in a movie called Another Cinderella Story. Which I won't make you guys watch that one, but that's like a series of series.
I just looked it up. Yeah. Selena Gomez turned it down to ensure that Demi Lovato would get the part.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Selena had already found success with Wizards of Waverly Place, and she was like, I want to give Demi Lovato her big break.
That's That's so sweet.
That sounds like
'Cause-
such a fake story for
Well,
like
no,
publicity.
they've been best friends since like they were on Barney together. That's how they met. Did you know that?
Are they still friends? Like,
Well, maybe.
No, not anymore. There was a
They were in Princess Protection Program.
They were
together.
in Princess Protection
Selena
Program.
Gomez sounds
I
like
know
an
that because I
awful
was
person.
forced to watch it against my
I feel
will.
like everyone she was
What?
friends with is just not friends with her anymore. I feel like that says something about her. I
What are
don't
you
know.
talking about?
Well, you just said Demi Lovato and Selena like aren't friends.
Taylor and Selena have been best friends since they were like teenagers.
Okay.
Like, I feel like another thing about these movies is like, well, this is why as a kid I loved this, because for some reason when I was a kid I loved these like Cinderella type stories.
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, you know, well, I mean, this is a Cinderella story in a way where it's like, oh, he's trying to find the girl who sang the
Mhm.
song.
Yeah.
Trying to find the person with
Did
the
you
slipper,
watch
right?
the Another Cinderella Story movies?
I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember
Okay,
them at
I'm gonna
all,
make
but...
you guys watch the Hilary Duff one. That's the best one.
Selena
like,
Gomez
I-
is. No, I'm sorry. I'm just reading about Selena Gomez.
No, it's okay. But like for some reason I was like fixated on those types of stories when I was a kid, so like that's why I think I really loved this movie as a kid. And like now I watch this and I'm like, this is so, you know,
Well, yeah,
kinda
it's a little
silly.
childish
It's
as
like,
an adult,
I
but when
think
you're a
it-
kid,
yeah.
you're like, this is life or death stakes.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, is he
And
gonna
I'm like,
find her?
I want
is he
him
not?
to find
Like,
the girl
I
with the
was
voice. you
very
know?
invested
And, like,
as a kid.
I feel like there's something about kind of emphasizing like fate in these like teenage romance stories where it's
Mhm.
like the only girl for him is the girl with the voice, but then it's like, oh, but it's actually the girl that he was talking to this whole time. They're the same person. Well, and it's like, I don't know. It's so like silly and goofy, but it was the type of stuff that I like ate up as
Yeah,
a kid.
I'm sure.
And
I
I
would
think
say
that's
the same
why-
thing if I watched it as a kid.
Yeah,
and
as
not-
much as like now I'm like, this is a terrible movie. And like I definitely didn't have as much fun as I did I hope I didn't have as much fun as I did as a kid when I was like watching it yesterday. But like there's still like a part of me that's like, you know, it holds that childhood.
That's fair.
Like,
yeah. Avery, you're a big
Yeah.
fan of Selena Gomez.
I love that girl.
Yeah, so, and I'm sure Alex doesn't know, maybe Sam does, but I'm sure Alex doesn't know about this, but sometime in the early 2000s, I think, or maybe early 2010s, Selena Gomez was going through, like, some health issue, some medical issue, and, like, her friend donated, like, a kidney to Selena Gomez to, like,
Yeah.
save her life. You know, it was, like, a big deal.
Mhm.
Selena is not friends with her anymore.
That's
There's, like,
you.
what? Okay, go
Yes
ahead,
and no.
please, correct me.
Well, she did a birthday post to her this year.
Did she?
I don't think she did on her story.
I
I don't think Francia is her name. I think just because it's not. Well, I don't know.
Of
I
course.
don't know.
Yeah, we
But just because
speculate,
it's
yeah.
not in the public eye doesn't mean. I know they had a break for a bit. That they both said that publicly.
I'm only
had a
saying
break.
this because I saw some like screenshot from TikTok where some comment is like, "Wow, I can't believe Selena doesn't talk to you anymore. Like you saved her life," and that comment was liked by
Yes,
her.
that was some drama that occurred.
What does any of that have to do with Camp Rock?
nothing. Just Selena
Okay.
Gomez.
He's just
Selena Gomez.
bitching about
Avery, what's your
Selena.
favorite Selena Gomez song?
Who says? Such a good song. It's a
Oh.
classic. You can't
Do you have
you
a
can't.
favorite album?
Rare, I'd say.
Nice. Isn't she coming out with a new one this year? No.
She did.
No, I
You
mean
were there to
another. I
listen
know.
to
I know.
it.
I was there, but like another one.
I think it's gonna be next. She teased some stuff. I don't know for sure.
Okay. Sam, do you have a favorite Selena Gomez song?
I don't, though I have this core memory for some reason where one of my like childhood friends loved Selena Gomez, and we went to her house once, and she had like all her CDs. And we
What?
would play it.
Oh,
So
I thought you
had
said
to
went
be-
to Selena Gomez.
No,
I was like,
no,
oh.
my childhood friend, like, she
Right.
loved Selena Gomez, and for some reason, I just have this core memory of being in her bedroom, and she put on Selena Gomez, and we danced to Selena Gomez.
Alex, do
But
you
I
have
was
a
never, like, a
favorite?
You think, man.
Alex
Can
is
you
full.
name a Selena Gomez
By the
song?
way, I just saw Alex is wearing a Rush shirt right now. Talking about Selena Gomez.
Come on, you can name one. Come on.
A song?
Yeah. Come on, Alex. Please.
Oh, I mean, like a love song.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yay!
Okay. No. What another
'Cause it's
one?
in How to
Because
Build
that
a-
was in How to Build a Better Boy. So one other one.
Avery made me listen to Selena Gomez songs.
I did.
Um,
Come on.
And she didn't listen to any of the things that you.
I'm working
Yeah.
on it. I have till the end of August. That was.
Can you give me like a hint?
of ones you've listened to? Which ones were on the playlist? I mean, I just named one, but
I just want to say, so Avery made Alex a playlist of like some
we
of her.
collectively made.
Well, it was
Well,
mainly your thing,
yeah.
right? So
It
Avery
was
made
like Selena Gomez and Avril Lavigne and Tate McRae.
yeah, like Avery's
Yeah.
type of music,
Okay,
and the deal was that Alex would listen to that playlist.
And then she would listen to my playlist of Rush and Ween.
Yeah,
And she hasn't done
She
that.
hasn't, but Alex.
That was like a month ago that I listened to hers.
But Alex did, and how long was the playlist?
3 hours long.
3 hours.
And the ones they gave her combined to about 2 hours.
A 3 hour long playlist
Anyway,
with Tate
okay.
McRae, Selena Gomez, and Avril Lavigne.
There was other. What does the fox say? Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one with Kid Cudi that I made you listen to.
That's not going to help me.
Okay. There's one with A$AP Rocky. It's like one of her main songs.
A$AP Rocky's in highest to lowest.
That's true. We haven't talked about that. No, it's
We'll
fine.
get into that.
And it's all about. It has the same title as an Olivia Rodrigo song, but that probably doesn't help. It's all about. I don't know how to hint this.
What is the song?
Is she,
You don't even know?
How about this one? How about this one?
Did she
Okay,
do The Heart Wants What It Wants?
Oh,
Was that
there we
her?
go.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
love that. That's my favorite Selena Gomez song.
Or there's like
Remember that one.
Yeah,
Can't
love that
keep
one.
my hands to myself. Or what else is there? There's a lot of Selena Gomez songs.
There are a lot of Selena
Okay,
Gomez
but Alex,
songs.
are you into any one of these like mainstream pop?
No.
No.
Like none of them.
No.
None of them though.
No.
Have you ever been?
No.
It's Alex.
I know.
He listens to opera music.
I know, but I know, like a good like a Billie Eilish or like a Taylor Swift hit
I don't
or
think
something.
he
I like
knows
No
who
Time
that
to
is.
Die.
Okay, that's a good song. Taylor Swift? No.
No.
At the time of recording this, Taylor Swift has announced her new album.
She has.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah, something like that.
I
Yeah.
saw
Isn't
that.
she like revealing the cover in like I think she's revealing the cover in 5 minutes.
Is she?
I think so.
What?
Guys!
Guys!
Live reaction. on
Live
that.
reaction to
reaction.
Taylor Swift's album
This will
cover.
come out like 2 months later. But
Because I think it's like
Yeah. Yeah, she went on the Travis.
5
like-
minutes, yeah.
Oh, in 5 minutes she's gonna announce the cover for.
by the end of
Wow,
this
this is-
podcast.
Alright, you
Yeah.
guys will get a live reaction
Yeah.
to Taylor Swift. Avery, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
That's hard. I like Love Story.
Basic.
I like.
I'm a big fan of Love Story, though. Love
Okay.
Love Story.
I like Look What You Made Me Do.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You
I'm.
belong with me.
Do you know what my favorite Taylor Swift song is?
I know.
What?
All too well.
All Too
There we go,
Well.
the 10-minute
Yeah.
version. Oh, it's so good.
Ugh,
That's real.
it's too long for a song. You know what? I won't hate. Because everyone will attack me if I do.
Alex, what do you think of 10-minute long Taylor Swift songs?
no.
10-minute songs. I mean, you like long songs.
I do. Yeah.
Impossible Soul, like 30 minutes
Yeah, I
long.
love
Great
Impossible
song by
Soul.
Sufjan Stevens. Even Avery
2112.
likes Sufjan Stevens.
I like some of his. I like two of his.
Is it a video?
Is it a video? Is it a video? Is it a video?
I have the Phoebe
anyways.
Bridgers cover of Nothing Else Matters on my playlist.
Really?
Phoebe
Nice.
Bridgers.
We love Phoebe Bridgers. Okay, well, before
Superbad.
Taylor Swift puts her cover out,
We
let's
gotta
talk a little
find
bit
the
about
link.
highest to lowest.
Oh.
Spike Lee.
I'm so sorry for you editing this.
No, that can all stand. But Spike Lee is 3 minutes. Okay. Spike Lee, great filmmaker.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to remaking movies, it's maybe not.
He's 0 for 2 right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
His Old Boy remake is dog shit.
It's you know what's funny? I haven't
so
seen
bad.
the original Old Boy. I've only seen his remake.
You haven't seen the original Old Boy?
No. I've seen most of it, but I've seen the full all of.
so bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
but-
did not like The Sweet Blood of Jesus. I was not a fan of that one.
But Spike Lee's great.
He's one of my favorite directors. He's like a top 5, maybe top 3 for me. I love his
Really?
movies. Huge Spike Lee fan.
Alongside who? Well, David Lynch, Spike Lee.
Lynch. I don't know. Cronenberg, he's up there.
Sam, what are your favorite directors? A top 3 if you can.
Oh, Sam Raimi, he's up there.
I feel like I actually have no idea what my top directors would be. I feel like I haven't delved too deep into like one single director's discography enough for me to
Sure.
call them like
That's
my
fair.
favorite director. I kind of just like watch a bunch of
That's
different
fair.
like movies,
Avery,
so
do you have
I feel like
favorite
I'd need to
directors?
watch more to categorize
Can you
one.
name a director?
Name 5 directors, Avery.
Steven Spielberg,
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Spike Lee,
Yeah.
Well,
Sam
okay.
Raimi,
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky,
Yeah.
Judd Apatow. Yeah.
Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
Good pick. I know my number one would be David Lynch. I don't know who the other two would be. Maybe
I'll
Paul
have
Thomas
I
Anderson.
put Billy Wilder up there.
I love Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, PTA, Adam McGoyan.
Is the cover out?
Are we literally gonna wait until the cover comes
We have
out?
a
Is this
minute.
actually what
We have
we're
a
doing?
minute.
Yeah, we gotta
We
get
talk
live.
about for a minute.
We can
Avery.
just count to 60.
I mean,
What
we
an
never
entertaining
finished our.
Avery,
Anyway.
give us something for a minute.
Okay, final ratings for Camp Rock.
Okay, there we go. Let's
yeah.
speed run
Oh.
this. Avery, what's your final rating? For
That
Camp
don't
Rock?
start with me because I didn't rewatch it.
Okay,
So-
Okay.
Alex.
I'll give it like a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
What did you rate How
I
to Build a Better Boy?
gave it
2 out of
a
10.
5 out of 10, but I think the 5 is just because of nostalgia. If I were to rate it based on just like pure how good it is, it would probably be a 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think a 5's
But,
insane.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I think I
Oh,
might lower
well,
it down to.
I
a
also
4.
gave it a 3. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Avery, you gotta
I
give
think
it
I'll
a
do
rating.
the same as How to Build a Better Boy because I didn't rewatch it,
She
so I
gave,
don't
like, a
have. I 7
7?
is 7, but I didn't rewatch it, so I don't know.
Wait, I'm
how I
sorry.
would
We
react.
never asked Avery. Wait, how much did you give High and Low?
Like 5, 5.
Yeah,
and a half.
she
Yeah, she
told
gave
us.
it 5.5.
Okay, and this is 7?
Well, I didn't rewatch it.
Holy shit! Wait,
Yeah.
the cover.
Oh,
Guys,
my
okay,
God.
hold on. The Taylor Swift cover should be out now. Maybe
It was.
refresh.
The countdown has stopped.
Haha, JK, lol.
Whoa, she's like underwater.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't even
October
contain my
3rd.
excitement right now.
Guys,
I'm so...
available the 3rd of October.
It's my brother's birthday.
Wow.
I'll get him that first birthday. I'm
Yeah.
sure he cares a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's giving mermaid.
It is giving...
It is giving.
What's
Maybe
your
this
favorite
is-
mermaid movie, Avery?
Yeah.
You like mermaid
Oh.
movies?
Does it have to be a movie? Can it be a show?
Oh my God,
'Cause
it's just
I love
H2O.
H2O just that
Yeah.
much. I love
Yeah.
Aquamarine. That's
Okay.
a really good one.
Ema. Well,
Now for the link
Yeah, we have
between
to
the
make
two.
it.
Yes.
I
we
mean,
gotta
I-
end this freaking episode.
I feel like
I love this is a great episode,
Mhm.
Avery. I don't know what you mean.
I feel like there's a clear connection with just like class.
Yeah,
in a
the
way, like-
class divide
Yeah.
between, like, you know, Mitchie, some broke bitch who welcomed into Camp
True.
Rock, and they're like, ugh, your
Yeah.
mom's cook. they use cook like as if it's like a slur, and it's
Your
great.
dad works at
A hardware
hardware
store.
store?
I like when
God.
she's like, this chicken is so dry.
Yeah, next time tell your mom to do better, you broke bitch, you broke
Yeah.
piece of shit. You don't belong
You
here.
can't even fucking cook chicken
You didn't
right.
cook chicken, right? But yeah, I mean, that's the obvious link.
Yeah.
I think talking about the class division and
Mhm.
stuff. Is there anything else?
Nobody gets kidnapped in this movie.
No one gets kidnapped in this movie.
No.
I feel like I was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Technically, isn't like Joe Jonas's character kinda ish being kidnapped
By
because
the
he's
record
guess.
label.
by the
That's
yeah.
true, yeah.
I meant more because he's being forced to.
I
go
guess,
to
Okay.
but then he like
Oh,
opened.
sure.
Oh, Stockholm syndrome, because he was like open to it by the end. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is fine."
Hmm.
Maybe it's that. Maybe Shinchi, the kid who gets kidnapped in High and Low, develops Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
And,
maybe.
God, yes.
and he's like, he's okay with it. That kid's
Yeah.
stupid.
I mean,
by
he
the way.
was fine with it for the most part.
He
Like,
was-
they
by the way,
they
he
were
says-
like questioning him, and he was like, I don't know.
he's
Like,
really
then we went
calm.
to a place.
He's
and
like
we
Mount
were just
Fuji, and
chilling
it's
there.
not Mount Fuji. It's some fucking island.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
But yeah, Shinchi. Well, yeah, Shinchi gets kidnapped. Joe Jonas, Shane Gray, in a way, gets kidnapped or
Mhm.
abducted.
Yeah.
You could say.
They have to find the kid, or I guess the kidnapper, in the same way that he has to find the girl with the
Yeah,
voice.
there is like
They're
A
both
search.
like detective mystery.
there
Yeah.
is like a detective montage in a way
Yeah.
in both movies,
Mhm.
which is very
Yeah.
interesting.
Also, I love that scene where like the people are just whispering to each other, like Shane's trying to find the girl with the voice.
With the voice, man. It's
and
like
they're
the
just like
voice.
running to one another,
Yeah.
telling, like whispering in each other's ear. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, no,
It's just-
it's,
yeah,
the movie
it's
Minnie
very
makes
Jesuit.
the movie makes
She's the
no
voice.
sense.
she has the voice. But yeah,
What did you think of the blocking in Camp Rock? Do we...
It's pretty
great.
good.
cool
like when they were doing that
performances.
whole song and the popular girl was like up front and the background
Yeah, I
singers
feel
were
like-
way in the back,
yeah.
being
Yeah.
like blocked by
To
everyone else.
imply that she's like the lead singer and they're like the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To imply that like if you're a background singer, like you're less than nothing. Like they can't even see you. You're just like hiding in the back. People are
Yeah.
blocking you.
Like
You're a worthless piece
you're
of shit
a
if you're a
worthless
background
piece of
singer.
shit. Yeah.
You have to discover your true authentic self by becoming a solo act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, so that's Camp Rock and that's High and
I
Low.
know.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I don't think there's any other links between these movies.
Not really,
It's
no.
just,
They're very
different.
different,
But no,
yeah.
they do deal with, class divide and
Mhm.
rich and poor people.
yeah, in
One-
a very different way.
In a very different way, yeah. And,
Probably because one is like with full on adults and one is, like teenagers that are like, oh my god, your mom works for music.
Well, that's what I meant.
Disgusting.
I meant that Gonto isn't like a test type of character. He's not like, hardware stores, ew. He's very, like, he is. I think there is empathy present. I actually kind of disagree. Like, I do think Gonto is empathetic
think
to
he's
some
a good
extent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
I think
no.
it's just by the nature of him being a rich man that there is some like looking down, but it's not like he's choosing to be like, look at that guy.
No.
I think he tries to be empathetic, but it just so happens that he's a rich guy. Basically, we should empathize with rich people more than we do.
Yeah. Just like Tess in Camp Rock. She can't help it that she's rich.
I
And
love
every choice
how-
she makes is just informed by the fact that she's rich.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, you can't blame her and she did nothing wrong.
No, I think rich people deserve some.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like
We
they,
need to give them more leeway.
we can give them more
Yeah.
leeway. They're
Yeah.
just human beings. They're
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich people are people too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Avery, what do you think of the whole rich people dilemma? What do you think of? Hold on, before we end
What
this,
do you think we should do to rich people?
what do you think of the state of rich people in our current world? Like, let's take Elon Musk as an example, or people.
Do you like Elon Musk?
What do you think
I
of Elon
don't
Musk?
know anything about the guy.
From what you know about him,
Is he he did Tesla, right?
Mhm.
he did Tesla
Well,
like the
that's
movie.
like-
Yeah, no, he did Tesla.
Well, that's-
He
I
owns
don't
XD
know.
everything.
He
now.
owns
Is he the one that like named his child like a bunch
Yeah.
of weird
Yeah.
symbols?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's my opinion
Yeah.
on him. That's weird.
You think
You
the
shouldn't
way
name
he-
your child that.
Well,
It's like an at emoji
what's his
or something
actual
weird.
name?
It's like X.
No, like what does he call him though? Like
X. Yeah.
That's his name.
Like yeah.
Isn't it like Xavier or something?
No, he calls him X.
Oh.
But it's like XAE and then like a Roman numeral
yeah,
and then some shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
that poor kid.
Well, what do you like? He owns
XD
Everything app, formerly known as Twitter.
Mhm.
What do you think of that? Do you like the changes he's done to that app?
I feel like he shouldn't have made it X the Everything app. Just kept it as Twitter.
Do you like Grok? Do you know what Grok is?
No.
It's like X's version of like
Twitter?
ChatGPT.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And like
Terrible name.
underneath every single tweet, there's people like asking like, "Add Grok, what does this mean?" And
Yeah.
and then Grok like replies.
And then famously, like Elon Musk will be like, "I don't like that Grok is too woke. Make it less woke."
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
then they'll
God.
fuck it up so that anytime you ask it anything, it would just respond, "White genocide in South Africa is a really important issue." That was
Oh my
great.
God.
But yeah, we love XD Everything.
I was a
app.
big
Mm.
fan of him creating an illegal government department named after a meme.
Yeah,
And then
right.
firing like thousands of people and then being yelled at for it and then calling
Yeah.
the president a pedophile and then
Yeah.
dipping.
Mhm.
That was cool.
Great
So
stuff.
nice.
There's also the whole thing with the Nazi salute and all of
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Great
Mhm.
stuff.
And it's just so funny because isn't like it's so funny. He's like, oh, it's too woke, and then isn't like technically like one of his kids, like his daughter, like trans, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah,
funny.
she's awesome.
Does he
She's
acknowledge that?
I don't think so. No.
No,
I think
no,
they've
he does.
kind of
He
like,
says that like, "Oh, my son is dead."
yeah.
You know,
Oh, okay.
he was killed by the woke mind virus.
The woke
Mhm.
Yeah. No, Vivian's awesome. She's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we love Vivian.
Yeah. But yeah, every
Switching
single-
topic just a
Yeah.
little bit before we close off. at the time of recording this, the trailer for Marty Supreme released this morning. What did you think of that? Have you seen it, Alex?
Seen it, no.
Sam, have you?
Well, you sent it
I know
to me,
it's
Yeah.
out, but I haven't seen it.
Well, as someone who watched it, it looks great, and I love Timothy Chalamet. We don't like Gwyneth Paltrow, but
We don't like Kevin from Shark Tank.
Right, Mr. Wonderful's in the movie for some reason.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Leary, not a great guy,
No.
but the movie looks good. Tyler, the creator's in the movie, and I think it's gonna be better than the Smashing Machine. But we'll see.
You want to see that movie?
Marty Supreme,
Directed by one of the Safdies who did Uncut Gems,
Yeah.
and has Timothy Chalamet. in
Yeah,
it.
it's like the Safdie brothers
Oh my God.
versing each other. It's
Sorry.
Smashing Machine versus Marty Supreme.
One last thing that I saw this morning. I was looking through the reviews of Camp Rock, and there was this one. Basically just as stressful as Uncut Gems, but with more musical numbers. And I thought that was really funny.
But yeah, okay. Thank you so much for listening. And
What an episode.
Yeah,
What an
good-
episode.
and what a thrilling episode. We'll see you next week, and as always, stay fresh.
Stop.
Oh my god.
That's gonna
This is
actually
actually
become
becoming a thing.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it is a